So I think we are live now. Welcome to our joint community. We have people from our and many other communities now today. We have a session about Jenkins, preparation for the Jenkins exam and certification. We have amazing speakers today. Gurav is here, Prasad, and Prem. All of these three guys have passed the exam. I think even the latest one was Prasad, if I'm not wrong. So hi guys, you can say hi if you want. I mean the speakers.
Yeah, hello everyone. I think this is my second time over here, right?
You
For
Prasad.
this group.
Prem, I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Hi Gurav.
Hello everyone. My name is Prasad. Karin, thanks for giving this opportunity.
Hi Prasad. Nice. And yeah, hi to everyone in the chat. While the whole session, if you will have any questions, make sure to post them. I will be watching the live chat. And we have the following structure today. We will briefly say a couple of words about Jenkins itself. We will say a couple of words about the DevOps World, the event where most of us have attended and got some nice goodies out of it, which we will use for the exam as well. And we will say a couple of words about the two certifications which were available during the, vouchers were available during the session, during this conference. And then we will have presentation by Gurav first. The second one will be presenting Prasad. Prem will be session and will help just to keep it live and everything. So yeah, Jenkins, the product itself, it's a very known CI/CD tool. I guess, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not professional in Jenkins, I must admit. And we did have this DevOps World, I guess, like 1 month ago or so. What do you think, guys? When was it?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a pretty huge event. I think the organizers, at first, thanks to organizers who did it. Many people from our and also friendly other communities joined this event. It was a very interesting talks, a lot of interesting content. It was a little bit messy, I must say. But you know what? My experience this year with all the tech companies doing their conferences, most of them are messy because people or companies are not used to this kind of format very much, but they're getting better. And because of this huge attendance and interest, it was really, I think organizers at some point, they were overwhelmed. One of the goodies at this event, and probably also one of the reasons why so many people went there, was that everyone who attended, allegedly attended the event, could claim a certification voucher, which can be used for two certifications, two exams. The first one is a Certified Jenkins Engineer, CJE, and the second one, CloudBees Certified Jenkins Engineer. And yeah, we have to mention these are similar certifications and exams, but the CloudBees Certified Jenkins Engineer it has some more information what they will ask for. So basically, I would say, in my words, it just includes also the Certified Jenkins Engineer and extends it with the knowledge about the CloudBees solution. What do you think, guys? Is it like this? What's your impression?
About double CJE, right? Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, so Jenkins was an open source tool, and some later point in time, CloudBees, they acquired that solution, and they started building their community version out of it. I mean, enterprise version out of it. And
Mhm.
when it comes to exam, there are like two flavors, as you just mentioned, CJE or double CJE, and wherein you will be discussing more of HA, DR, those sort of topics in CloudBees, because it's an again product by CloudBees itself, right? So even though it's Jenkins, the concept behind that it's a bit more than this,
Mhm.
and it has like NFA and all those things. Wherein with the CJE, so none of those things are covered because it's open source. You just need to know like how you can install open source Jenkins and play around with Jenkins. So if you have done a very small project with that, then you should be good to clear this exam. But
Mhm.
you should be aware of all the management options which are available in Jenkins. Then it will be like ECK, else it will be like Bitcoin. But
Mhm.
having said that, it's not like AZ400, the one which we have in Azure. It's yeah, bit different in that, and it's pretty easy to clear if you have just looked around the console of Jenkins. That's more than enough.
Mhm. Thank you very much, Prem, for this great overview. And one question which we saw many times, people were
Hmm.
asking, because this voucher which most of you got, it
Yeah.
applies to either of the certificates, not to both of them, but you can choose either of the certifications and apply your vouchers there, and it will make it free for you during this whole campaign. So the frequent question was, which one to take, which one exam to take,
To be
and
frank,
my
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, just continue. Sorry, I thought your question.
Yeah, no, no worries. I will say just my opinion here, and you can Prem add what do you think about it, or anyone else also. So my opinion is, if you are really there for this Jenkins thing, for this tool, then just go for the certified Jenkins engineer.
Hmm.
It just goes exactly about this whole thing, and it has obviously also probably some stuff from CloudBees, but it's not really targeting the CloudBees tools. It just only this Jenkins product. And the CloudBees certified Jenkins engineer, it's exactly the same exam certified Jenkins engineer plus another chapter which covers more of the CloudBees stuff. Uh, about the companies which actually developed the Jenkins. Yes, now Prem, to you, what do you think about it?
I mean, I would suggest to go with CJE first, unless until they are actually working on a double CJE. Because see, even though it's an open source product, most of the company they might be using open source Jenkins. Yeah, so it doesn't matter like whether it is security issues or whatever. It's all like second topic, but in general, you will be blindly using the open source Jenkins, not double. I mean, cloud-based Jenkins. Yeah. For
Mhm.
the matter, considering the scope of the tool and considering the quality of the knowledge, so CG is more than enough. But if your company is like more kind of what is it like secured one, and if they're using all the enterprise version, then only for that matter, double CJE is, yeah, it's good to have. But in my general opinion, CJE it's like, yeah, that should be good enough to have.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Prasad and Gurav, do you have any advices in this regard?
Yes. So this CCG basically is based on a cloud-based enterprise level product, and I guess the same thing. I would say, I mean, if you're specifically working on the cloud-based product, then you can try for this one, CCGE. Otherwise, CGE should be enough for you to have the good knowledge on the Jenkins. That's pretty much. So I have also, I mean, I haven't seen, I haven't met yet any of them which who have given the CCGE exam. So yeah, so I'm also don't have much experience on that.
Mhm. Yeah. So if you have no idea which of those two to take, go for the CG, the smaller one kind of. I think it's already tough enough, to get to know the Jenkins tool itself and just pass successfully the exam. So this would be our like common advice. I see in the chat there are some questions about the vouchers. I have to say, it is during this event right now. Unfortunately, we don't have any free vouchers for you guys. The vouchers were available, or like you could claim voucher 1 month ago during the DevOps World event, which were organized by CloudBees. and it took some time for CloudBees to actually release the vouchers. I think it took like 2 weeks or so to distribute the vouchers. There were some problems, what I heard, with the email distribution system, but they got it straightened out like after some point. So now there is another message I receive frequently, and we will not talk a lot about it. Some people who actually received the vouchers, they cannot claim it now because the system says it's either invalid or whatsoever. Or I guess you guys also heard, Prem, maybe in your community also heard about this kind of claims.
Yeah, so I saw a couple of the posts on that. That's correct. It looks like there is some issue with Jenkins side, and they are working on it. It's not like we will not be able to use voucher. The voucher is valid till February, and yeah, they are facing issues in claiming those vouchers. But yeah, we will get an answer very soon from CloudBees. That's what I heard. I mean, most of the guys who reached out to CloudBees support team, they got the same answer. So I think like we should wait on.
Mhm. Yeah, so we don't know ourselves for sure. We are not officially connected anyhow with CloudBees. I also, my guess is there is just some kind of system problems, whatever. Maybe they're changing the format of the exam. It could also be, and for until then they just have disabled it before they roll out a new exam. I don't know. We will see. But once we will hear something, you will hear it in our communities. What is the resolution? But for now, let's just concentrate. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a thought, like, so if you have a voucher and the current 2020 exam is going to, you have a voucher, you have to schedule by November 31st. When you go in for registration, you will get a message saying that current exam is valid only till November 21st, November 31st, and you have to give the exam by December, end of December. Maybe they will release a new format after that. We are not sure, but that's the message you will get it when you are going for registration in the web browser.
Yeah. Yeah. But my guess is if you have received, if you have attended the event, if you received the legit voucher to your email after some time, it should be valid. If the system says right now it's not valid, you can try to connect with these people and figure out what's the problem. The chances are very high there is some kind of glitch in the system or they're changing something. It should be available, my expectation, after some time when they figured it out. It was similar thing with the emails. They haven't distributed these vouchers like for pretty long time. So people got connected with them and asked what's going on, and then at some point they released all of them. So there are some glitches, maybe because of this huge demand and huge interest, what is really good for Jenkins and for this product. We will see, but stay in touch with the communities. You will read from the people there the feedback, what's going on. For now, let's move on, and we have Gurav with his first presentation. Gurav, if you want, you can start sharing your screen now. Gurav, are you there?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Karen. I just got lost connectivity, so I just rejoined.
Yeah, no
So
worries.
yeah,
No worries.
did I miss something?
No, it's your time
No,
to do presentation.
Okay,
You are
sure, sure.
just in time. No worries.
actually,
Yeah.
you're on
So
time.
yeah, sure. So hi guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So it depends on the time zone which you are in. So I would just share my experience. I have given the exam, Jenkins CJE exam last month, and yeah, so I'll just share my experience. I'm going to present my PPT, which is having the details about this exam. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So just yes. So I would just yeah, just give me a minute. Sorry. Yes. So yeah, so this PPT is talking about a specific CJE, not the CCGE. So yeah, so I mean, if somebody has not gone through the official documentation of CloudBees yet, I would just give an overview about this. So yeah, we have exam questions, like 60 exam questions, which will be multiple choice questions, and duration will be for 90 minutes. And the format will be you can choose either test center or the online unproctored exam. So yeah, for now on the official website, it's mentioned as it's currently open through November 30th. I mean, you can do the registration till that time, and the exam you can give till December 31st. This is the information for now, but they mostly change this information, and they are looking into this situation, current situation, and accordingly they may increase, they may extend the this time. So passing score is 66%, and the one thing which is different than other exam is you will receive a partial credit if you have chosen some, let's say you have a multiple answers of a single question, and you have chosen, let's say, one or two between three, four correct answers, then you will get the partial credit of the correct answers. Yeah. So, and this certification expiry, it does not expire. So this certification does not expire. This is very nice thing which I've noticed. This does not have any like a 2 years or 3 years of validity like any other exams. And result, about the result part, you can see the results as soon as you complete the exam. And the certificates is available. I mean, they will contact you, they will just send you their credentials, they'll send you your credentials, which you'll have your certificates and other information, and it will be given to you like Monday or Tuesday. I mean, let's say you've given exam on, let's say, Friday or Saturday, then it's high probability that they'll contact you on Monday. It can be on Tuesday or Wednesday as well, but on the starting of the next week. And the exam topics, so these are the four exam topics which you need to be concentrate for this certified Jenkins engineer exam. And I have also taken the screenshot from the CloudBees official website about the sections, so you can also see in this slide that how many questions comes for the specific topics, and how much weightage is there for the specific topics. Okay. And for the preparation, I will just share my experience, which I have done, like courses or websites which I have referred for this preparation. We have other speaker also, which is going to mostly talk about the common thing, which is the cloud-based university, because that's the first thing which I think mostly aware about it. So yeah, so I also referred this cloud-based university official course, which is mentioned for this exam. Apart from that, I would say we should also go through this documentation, Jenkins user documentation. When you go through this course, it's definitely a lot of informations are already talked about in that course itself, which is you can see in the documentation also. Okay. I would say one thing. I'm not sure. There may be different persons, experienced folks, or experienced folks who are working in Jenkins for some time, and there may be persons who are, it's pretty new. Jenkins is totally new for them. So I would say, both of them, hands-on experience should be. It is the key to clear this exam. It's the must. Um, people like me, which who don't have years of experience in Jenkins, so I just tried my best to have the hands-on experience as much as I can, which made me very comfortable. And as soon as you do a hands-on and you go through the GUI of the Jenkins UI section, you will also get to know there will be a questions which you will not get to know until you go through the whole UI section. Okay. Apart from this, I've also gone through, as I already have the subscription of a Cloud Guru, I also like got to know, went through this a Cloud Guru course, which is the latest one, 2021. If somebody is having a subscription, they can also make use of it. this Cloud Guru course. It also includes practice exams. It's which I guess really make you comfortable. Okay. And on the YouTube site, I have also find I also found one of the nice, there was like 2022 questions of this exam, not the real questions obviously, but it's give you a nice practice kind of a thing. So I have also I have added that link to this slide. So as soon as I share the slide, you will get to know the actual link of the YouTube. Okay. So that's pretty much from my side, Karen. So we can see if anybody have any kind of a questions on my PPTs on the YouTube side section.
Yeah, the only question I saw about your PPTs if is whether it will be available afterwards. Yes, I think we can make sure to to make it available and share with a follow-up email. So everyone who registered for the event will receive a follow-up email, and we will put there the most important things and links and everything. So don't worry about it. Yeah, so we will
Definitely.
share this. Great. One question I saw from Prem. Prem, do you want to ask chat, which you asked?
Yeah. So I was just wondering, like, whether are we sure about the passing mark, which is like 66%?
Yes, it's mentioned. So basically, whichever the content I've put in the PPTs, there is a source link mentioned in that
Mm-hmm.
PPTs, which is the official link of the CloudBees
Mm-hmm.
website.
Okay. Yeah, then that's fine.
I'm
So
really
basically,
I'm
I
really
just want to add
loving
one
this.
thing there.
Sorry, yeah,
Sorry, Kiran. Yeah.
go.
The thing is like, right, so those, uh, how to say, the information in the slides or like the information which you took from the website, it's more for the actual exam. So that's, I don't think that there is, that will be the same for open book exam, which we are discussing now. I mean, I'm not sure. So that's why I just want to double check on that.
So so whenever you check on the official, CloudBees site, there is a
Mm-hmm.
certification guides section course.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously put that link in the source site. So as soon
Yeah,
as you
yeah,
open that, you will get. Everybody will get this information.
yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
kind
Yeah.
of a same information which I put in the reference section for easier purpose, so that
Mm-hmm.
easily people can refer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fine.
Okay. Yes. So if you can check if any other questions are there, Karen. Otherwise, we can pass it to Prasad. Whatever you say.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There is one
Yeah,
question from Prasad.
yeah. Any of the speakers have any questions to?
No, no, no. I'm
Okay,
good.
great. What I see in the chat, live chat right now, people are also confirming that the pass rate is 66%. What is really, really very gracious, and I'm really thankful to CloudBees for making it. What I really love also very much, this is what Gurak have mentioned, that this certificate doesn't have an expiration date.
Yeah.
Yeah. One nice quality of this certification, you get certified once and that's it. You are professional in this with this tool, and just you can keep using it and receiving all the updates throughout the years, upcoming years. So now let's go to Prasad for Prasad's presentation.
Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session. So I'll just quickly go through a couple of things. It's going to be a bit lengthy. I'll just share my experience and the concepts which you have to learn. And if the time permits and if it is okay, I can take you to the console and take you what to look out, how the patterns will be there. Um, um, More than the certification, learning Jenkins is important. So I just want to show you the stuff related to that. So my name is Prasad. So working for a consultant company, and I have a couple of years of experience with Jenkins. So prior to this examination, I have only basic pipeline experience. But during the preparation, I learned a lot of what the Jenkins can do and how the plugins are powerful. So this is a quick slide. Like, make sure you follow all the 3 mandatory courses which are suggested, and Gaurav already got those things. Make sure you follow the 3 mandatory courses. Each one of them are around 8 hours. So complete that. And learn in groups. Like, that's what I have done. Like, I formed some groups, and we shared together, and learned each other, and we shared the knowledge among ourselves. And if you have the voucher, schedule it now, like, because as other ones said, like, there are a lot of issues going on with the vouchers and all. Just make sure you schedule it, and stick to the plan. So these are all the things I have practiced. The stuff, like, first I started with the installation of Jenkins. You can do a couple of ways. Using Docker, you can put up a Docker image, or a AKS, or any other node on a Kubernetes node, or these 2 things I've done. I can show it to you. Azure Ubuntu VM, like, and I installed the Jenkins, and in Windows local also I have installed it. Then I played around different pipelines. There are different flavors of it. Like, some of them are plugin based. Some of them are, like, by default you will get it. So know the difference between freestyle project, Maven project, how to organize in the folders, creating the multi configuration projects when you have multi branches, and learn about the plugins also. Jenkins is famous because of their plugins. So many community team has developed their own plugins, and you can do almost anything with the all the CI/CD stuff. You can do it in the using the plugins. But if your plugins are not, the available plugins are not sufficing, you can write your own custom plugins and you can upload it. And understand about the home directory, which I will take you to the later of this one. What are all the different folder structures are there, how they are organized, after installing the binaries, what all the things you will get it, and working with the different SCM tools. I didn't work all of them, only I practiced with Git, but pretty much it will be the same for other SCM tools also. So know the difference between, like, how the polling will works, and Git webhooks will works. How you can play around, do some whatever the labs which are there in the in labs. Make sure in the CloudBees University labs, make use of the labs. And another thing I have created is, I created a small Java project with some JUnit test cases, because this will test you a lot, like, how you can use it, the JUnit test case, how you can create a packaging var files, how you can fingerprint them, how you can verify the MD5 fingerprint ID and all those stuff. And of course, like, use Maven. I have used Maven for packaging and all those things. Next one is security. This is very important. How you will configure the authentication and authorization, how the inheritance will work, the project based security, all those concepts will be there. So these are all the some things which I practiced. I mean, there are some major ones are there, but these are all some of the important concepts which you have to practice on your real projects also. You will come across something. In our organization, we don't have the access to deploy the custom plugins, so I don't have the ability to do it in the organization. But in my local environment, I was able to explore all the things. So these are all the key concepts, like, starting with the Jenkins installation, go with the Jenkins accounts, understand difference between what is continuous delivery versus continuous deployment, where you can use the jobs, build jobs. There are different terminologies are there. You need to understand them. Then how to create a job, build job using the domain specific language file, DSL files, working with the Groovy scripts. These which helps you what is a Jenkins file. You need to know about all the stuff. Builds, create different builds, different stages. How you can create a compile stage, unit test stage, a release stage. So you can have different stages and different builds, and understand about the REST API. And as I previously said, plugins, very powerful. Understand how to deploy them and how to downgrade them, how to upgrade, how to install the custom plugins. Distributed builds, this is very important. If you are working in the enterprise organization, you will have a lot of agents will be there. Different nodes will be there. So understand those, how you can configure the agents, nodes, the stuff related to that. Alerts is also very important concepts, alerts and notifications, because it gives you the flavor of how you can alert when a build failed, what whom to notify it, how to configure them. So, and testing is nothing but JUnit test cases. There are other flavors also there, but JUnit is pretty much very famous over there. Source code management, SCM, Git, understand Git, other subversion version, how you can make use of them, how you can create a webhooks, and SCM pooling and all those stuff. How you can integrate your Jenkins account, Jenkins generator ID, and put it in your SCM repository. Do practice on those stuff. As I explained earlier, security is also very important. Understand different ways you can configure it, how the authentication, authorization will works, and how you can restrict among different pipelines, on the views. So let's take you have different team members, a QA tester, project manager, and a developer, who can create a build pipeline, who can view the logs, who can view the run the build jobs. So understand them and how you configure them. Artifacts is also very powerful. Once you generate, you can use Maven or any package managers and generate the either the var files or jar files and deploy it into the artifact repository. Understand how to know them. Very powerful of upstream and downstream triggers, that's also very good. Know about parameters, promotions, pipelines. So if I take you to all of them, it is very very exhaustive list. Your learning curve is very deep, but you should know about all these concepts before going for the exam.
Prasad, before we go any further, I saw the comment, Prem's comment. Prem, do you want to add on this concepts, junction concepts?
Yeah, actually, I feel like this is the most important topic in Jenkins, right? Because it covers each and everything. And for the exam, all the questions will be covered around this area. Yeah, if someone wants to take up the exam, they just need to know all the boxes which are listed over here. Else there is like no point in sitting in the exam. And so since people from our group, they're like trying asking me to show a quick demo, there are like few important items of which they need to know. Yeah, of course, let's say for example installation and configuration. When it comes to installation and configuration, there are like multiple ways to install it. Like as Prasad mentioned, you can run it in a container, which is the very simplest way. But it's not more than, I mean, it is a bit more than that. Yeah, you need to know like what all the options you will be seeing as part of your installation configuration. Yeah, so there will be with the recent implementation. So I started working with Jenkins long ago. So during that time, there is no like admin token kind of a thing. Yeah, so you install your Wi-Fi and it's there for you. But right now, but they include some sort of a security layer on top, and you will get an admin token. So I got a question when I wrote my exam. What are the options I cannot do during the configuration phase? page. So obviously I cannot set my profile picture. And so you need to actually visualize like what all the options will be there when you do an installation and configuration. The next, account settings. So you just have like two options. You cannot integrate directly with your AD or something else. You can either create an admin account or else you can skip an admin account. That's it. So you can't go beyond that, or else you can't do more than that. And continuous integration and continuous delivery. So I would cover this thing in very quickly. So consider like I'm not getting into the CNCD definition over here, but consider a scenario like if you're the phase starting from build to uh, pushing it to Artifactory. Yeah, just consider that phase as a CI, and from there to deployment, it's CD. Yeah, and you need to know like a lot of different test scenarios will be involved in your whole application lifecycle. Yeah, so when you write a code, what sort of test scenarios will be covered, like unit test, integration test, user acceptance test. Yeah, so a lot of other things, smoke test, all this difference you should know. And I got two questions around that. And working with jobs. So you mainly need to concentrate on three configuration jobs. One is like multi-pipeline configuration, which is like highly needed. I would recommend you guys to actually practice like what is meant by multi-pipeline configuration job, and then freestyle job, which is like really needed. And there will be, so I got a comparison question like, okay, you have some sort of pipeline job, and uh, can I add a downstream downstream job which has a freestyle template. Actually, it's possible. You can also link like a lot of other jobs, and you need to actually know the difference of the three types of by default. And when you install without any plugin, you will get freestyle job. But for other configurations, let's say for example, multi pipeline configuration job and everything, you need to add an additional plugin. And of course, Prasad covered the point about plugins. So not all the plugins will be available in Jenkins. Yeah. So and not all the plugins are literally supported by Jenkins. You also need to understand that. So there is a key difference. When you do an installation, Jenkins will suggest to you the basic minimum plugins which are needed for the jobs to get started. And there are like custom plugins which you can choose during the runtime, or else like even during the installation screen. And let's say if you are into a banking, or else if you are working in some sort of finance sector, most of the customers, they will have their own custom plugins, their custom solution. Those are the things you can still add on the advanced tab. So you can either add as an .hpi file. So you need to understand all these topics, like okay, how to add a custom plugin, or else like how to download a plugin from internet. So what is the format of it, and in case if the after you install the plugin, if the latest version of the plugin is not working, how you will downgrade it. And if you downgrade it, or else like if you uninstall the plugin on the console, how to get rid of it completely, like housekeeping work, those sort of things. You need to be like very thorough on this topic. And as part of CNCD, like let's cover SCM part as well. Yeah, so you have like SCM. I mean, I would prefer you guys to practice with GitHub. That's more than enough. But you need to also understand like what are other SCM tool available in market. Yeah, and you should know the key difference between webhook and triggers. Yeah, so polling. You need to understand this key difference. Yeah, so polling and webhook is not same. Yeah, you need to understand the difference because it will also have some questions on the Jenkins side as well as on the ACM side. Yeah, and you should also know like some sort of basic REST API commands. So I'm not sure how many of you have used Jenkins via API parameters. Like you can make an build triggered using API, and you can do the restart, you can shut down everything via an API call. For example, you need not to log into console itself. Let's say I practice something with my Postman installation. Yeah, so I have passed all the parameters and I used to trigger it, and I have done like a lot of integration. And one of the best integration which I always like to do is like write integration with Slack. of course it's for notification, but I used there are like a lot of apps in Slack. So there is an app called the Slash app. So what you can ideally do, right? You can create in Slash, and let's say if it is a parameterized build, you need to pass a parameter, and when you enter it, it will make an API call to Jenkins, and Jenkins will trigger the job for you. And you also need to know like, okay, you have a parameterized Jenkins job, how you will trigger it from CLI, like by making a curl command or whatever. So you need to understand this topics. And when it comes to alert and notification, so just try to practice with some sort of tools like Slack. So that's good enough, because most of the organization, they will have like integration with Slack, and of course a lot of other tools. But I would suggest to do a quick practice with Slack, because that is, you can create an account for free. And when it comes to security, so I'm not sure like how much. I mean, there are not much of the things covered on security in the exam, to be frank. But try to understand like what is meant by a fingerprint, and how you can integrate with Active Directory and those sort of things. That is more than enough, because it will test most of your knowledge around administration side, not on development side. So you also need to understand the key difference of the the parts of the exam. And artifacts we have covered, upstream and downstream we have covered, promotion. It's part of, again, promotions, again, part of CD, so you need to know the difference. And distributed build agent, I will cover in one single way. Okay. So before getting into those agents and distributed builds, there is like a lot of good options which is available in Jenkins itself. If you go to manage Jenkins, you can run like inbuilt script to clean up to do the administration activities on Jenkins, and you should be like very much aware of that concept. Yeah, and trust me. So if you haven't logged into the Jenkins console, I would highly recommend you to install in Jenkins and go around the options. I mean, I won't say like you need to actually work on it, but at least see the options around it. Yeah. So where you will, what are the options will be visible under manage Jenkins layout. And let's say if your Jenkins version is like bit old, so what sort of warning you will get, and where the warning will come. And let's say your plugin is outdated, so where you can see the notification. I got one question, very interesting question. So where you can get the list of installed plugins. Obviously, everyone will go to like manage Jenkins and then manage plugin, then installed a column. So there is one more way where you can get the whole list of installed plugins from system configuration. So you need to know that. And you also need to know like what are the parameters you will actually tune when you install Jenkins, or else when you actually have some performance issue. Uh, so this is more of like administration thing. Yeah. So if you might have used Jenkins as an end user, but the question will not be from end user perspective. Yeah, it will be from administrator perspective. So you actually need to know like what are the options available in each layout. And let's quickly cover the okay. So global libraries and so basically like, okay, before getting into global libraries, there is a new way. So everything is getting into code, right? So this is pipeline as code concept. Okay. In the sense like there are two different ways to create your pipelines. I mean, maybe three. So one, obviously, by your console. And the second thing is like, right, distributed declarative way. And another one is like, right, the scripted way, which is using Groovy. Yeah. So I have done most of my implementation, and even I'm doing a lot of implementation in Jenkins using declarative way. And when it goes to Groovy, then there you will handle all the sort of libraries. Yeah, you can create some sort of a module, and you can refer those modules that will where that particular module will have like all sort of core functionalities. Let's say you want to build some Java application or whatever. So you can convert that into one single component, and you can just pass the parameters. So it's basically like scripting concept. Yeah, you can have one module, and you can refer a module, pass the value which you need to do, and then it will do the job for you. Or else you can create a pipeline, and you can You can also declare it everything there using a shell block. Yeah. So you need to understand what is the difference between this declarative way and the scripted way. And there will be so I also got a question like so which one is very effective? Yeah, when it comes to scripting, Groovy is very fast and it's best way to do it. Yeah, but having said that, you can also run scripting in the declarative way, or else even directly on the console. And also, you guys need to be very much aware, like what option will come under which category, or else like which tab. So all the scripting block and everything will come under build configuration tab. I mean block. So if you open freestyle Jenkins and if you actually see it, actually, one second. Yeah. So if you see it, it will be there below that option, and you also need to understand like okay, you have manage Jenkins inside that system configuration, global configuration, and credentials and everything. You need to know like what all the details will be there inside the particular options. That is very much important because not all the questions will just come from like okay, what is CI/CD and everything. You will also get a lot of questions of of the component itself. You need to literally understand that thing. And yeah, the final thing, distributed builds, cloud agents, those sort of things. Yeah. Uh, in most of the organizations, they will have at least minimum one agent. Yeah. So you need to know like what are the best practices around it and pros and cons, like pros in the sense, what is the pros of running distributed build and what is the cons of running a build in the same Jenkins server. And you also need to know like how to back up, do the housekeeping work with Jenkins, and how you will upgrade, how you will troubleshoot, and yeah, so don't think about doing an HA or some sort of security and all those things because that will be part of the enterprise version, which is like a double CJE. And I think this is pretty much about it about this exam. And I'm just trying to show some quick options around Jenkins now. Kiran, do we have some time now?
Yes, yes, we have time. Pretty
Mhm.
not.
So,
Yeah.
like, what my thoughts are, like, once we are done, I can quickly go to that options and you want to show the options and we can explore how the binaries will looks like, how the folder structure will looks like, how the I created the pipelines. Um,
Mhm.
we can show them, or you can share your screen and show the installation steps if you want to, if you have
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. Actually, I'm just trying to. If it is not working, then we'll go to your screen, or else I can also spin up another container and I can get it done. Let me share my screen. I'm just gonna share my tab alone. No, 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 no. Okay. Oh. Let me know when you guys see my screen.
We can see your screen, but currently it's your Google Meet tab.
Okay. Your entire screen. Fine. Now you should be able to see my screen.
Yes, it
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah. So good, right? Good sign. Nothing is working. Okay. See, actually, I mean, I don't want to actually show a working demo. I just want to show you this in the sense, I just used a play with Docker just to spin up an small container, and I didn't do a heavy job over here. I just ran a simple command like, okay, okay, that's my key. If it is here, maybe I can also show. Fine. So this is what I did. I didn't mount to any volume or something like that. I just want to just bring up this console and give you a quick walk around. Yeah, so that did my job. It just created spin up a simple Jenkins instance, and since I mounted to port 8080, once it got installed, it opened the port for me, and then yeah, within a minute I got the screen. So when you actually do this installation, you will get a page like this. Yeah. So first it will ask you like whether you want to do a full install, I mean custom installation, or else you can go with the default plugin. So I just went with the default plugins. As I just mentioned, I didn't mount any volume, so because of that, it couldn't download the plugins. So that's fine with me. I'm just continuing. So this is your first screen. Yeah. In this screen, you can set your name, you can set your password, you can yeah, you need to confirm your password and the full name. But and also you can continue as admin, or else like you can just save and finish. And when you save and finish, I mean basically like you can also set your credentials later. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to continue as an admin, and this admin token is this. Yeah. So okay, not here. I'm not sure whether it will be still here or not. Okay, the page has gone. Ideally when you spin up like that, mm, okay, fine, let me save and run it. I will show you quickly like how where the password will be generated in a minute once this one is finished. But in the meantime, I can just continue with this. Trust me, this is not my setup. This is just open source platform, and I just spinned up something for you guys. Hope it will not disappoint us. Okay, it's a bit disappointing. Yeah, if you see here, the ports are getting mapped now, and I got the port. Actually, this is I mean, so in case I saw a guy who posted in our group, in the sense he asked a question like how where he can spin up on Jenkins setup. So actually he can use this platform to spin up a Jenkins. And if you see here, once the installation is completed, Jenkins will print you this token. Yeah, in case so you're doing a remote installation or whatever, you I mean you somehow missed to copy this particular token, then this is the path to get your initial password. And this password should be like highly protected, in the sense this is like secret password. Yeah, so if you have this, you will be able to get into the Jenkins. And yeah, um, so this var slash Jenkins home. So this is the default home part, and there will be like a lot of questions around this. Let's say where I mean at what folder your job will get saved, and where you will have your configuration files, and where you will have your war files, and in case if there is a new version, at what I mean how you can upgrade your Jenkins version. So and in case if you want to upgrade your Jenkins version using an war file, so at what path you will replace that. So you need to know all these details. I think um, okay, for some reason the page is not coming up, but uh, Professor, do you want to share your screen? I will take it from there.
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, I don't want to waste time here.
Can you stop sharing it?
You can actually take over. If we have the setup ready, then yes. If not, I can spin up another container. Okay. Yeah. So this is the yeah. Okay.
My session got lost.
Just go to manage Jenkins. Yeah. So this is the page. I think this is the latest layout. With the older version, you will have in a list format, but this looks nice. Yeah. So basically, just go to the top, and let's say when there is an issue, or else when there is a security issue with your plugin or whatever, you will get a warning on this top. Yeah. So I got like two questions around a different topic. If you can you just go to configure system. So let's say you are planning for an scheduled maintenance of your Jenkins. How you will notify your fellow team members? Yeah. So I got this question, and the best answer for that will be like this system message. You can actually create a banner out of it, and so this sort of details you need to know like exactly what are the options you will be using. So it has like very close answers. Okay, you will send a Slack notification to everyone, those sort of options, but not everyone will. So in a single Slack group, a lot of members will be there. Okay, because if you also go through the university documents, the Jenkins University documents, there will be key points. You should not spam the users or mailbox. Yeah, so considering that scenario, the creation of the banner is the best answer for that. And so let's say you also need to know like how you will tune your Jenkins. So that tuning will be happening in both the places. Let's say when you configure your agent as well as when you install your Jenkins. That is, I think, like that is the first lesson in the university document. And can you just go back to manage Jenkins? And you need to know like what options you will be seeing on the main template, like which is on the left side. Let's say you are seeing like people, build history and everything. So you need to know like what are the options you will see on this template, and what are the key what are the other options you will see on the right side template, so under manage Jenkins layout. And you need to know like what is the difference between this manage I think yeah, manage credentials and global tool configurations. Yeah, so you can place your credentials in both the places, and this credentials can be also managed outside. Actually, I got this question, so that's why I'm highlighting this point. So you can also have this credentials uh, options on the right, on the left side. You need not to get into manage Jenkins to do that. And yeah, I just want to show you one more important thing. Okay, so since he was here, as I just mentioned, you need not to worry much about security, but you need to know like what are the different authentication and authorization options available in Jenkins, and you need to know like the matrix permission thing. Yeah, if you go to users and roles, go back and go to users and yeah. So this one, and you need to know about this matrix based security option, and you also need to know like user and role related things, and how this both things are like related. Okay, uh, can you just quickly go back, and I will just finish it off with that uh, to the manage Jenkins. Yeah, go down. Yeah, this one second, bit up. Yeah, this one, status information. Yeah, so you need to understand like this three options. Yeah. So under this system configuration, if you go down, you will see all the information, even all the plugin related information in this particular screen. So it will give you the complete picture in case if you want to upgrade or downgrade, or like if you want to replace and if you want to have some sort of an information, you can see it here, and you will get this question in. I mean, I'm not sure, but I got this question. So yeah, one step back, please. You know, to get into the option, just stay on the screen. Yeah, the system logs and the load statistics. So this load statistics will give you the resource utilization of your machine, and in the troubleshooting category, you may get some questions around this line. And this is what I said: script console and Jenkins CLI. Yeah, so this script console and reload configurations is very interesting thing. Let's say, for example, uh, you have made some configuration change on the backend. You haven't restarted your Jenkins. Okay. So if you reload these configurations from disk, everything will be refreshed. And the script console is one of the key concepts, let's say, and it is again mainly for the troubleshooting activities. You can run a lot of inline scripts over there, which will take care of your Jenkins maintenance. Let's say if you want to clean up your workspace every 5 days or something like that, or else you want to just delete some specific jobs, you can just create a script and you can put it here. And uh, the other important thing is like, right, manage world data. So manage world data, you need to know like how you can manage your Jenkins related job data. And you are mainly you need to understand like how to upgrade and how to downgrade and how to do the housekeeping work for that remote configuration. That is very much important. um, I think that's pretty much it. And yeah, if you guys cover all these topics, you should be good to face the exam. And trust me, if you actually really look into all this exam will be like very easy one. You don't need to worry about it. And that's
Thanks a
all.
lot, Prem. Thanks a lot for this great walkthrough through the parts
Yeah.
of the Jenkins. Prasad, if you want, you can continue from now.
Yeah.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So thanks, Prem, for taking it out. He has a lot of hands-on on those. Yeah. So one thing which I really liked is playing with cloud agents. I tried with spinning up some couple of agents on the GCP console and trying with the integration with the Slack. So those are all something very interesting is there, and pushing to the artifacts. So if you get a chance, try those labs. It will helps you to understand the things. Again, like these are all important links which you'll get it after this things. And I shared my experience over here in case if you want to see it what all things I have done it, you can verify it over here, and feel free to connect me on LinkedIn. That's all I have it. I mean, only thing which I want to cover is if you have a groovy script and all these things, you can run it from the script console also. The exam will be tricking you where exactly the option is. So whether you have to go to the how you will configure the HTTP configuration and all these things. So you need under plugins advanced tab, all the settings. So try all the different options, and see about your Jenkins local directory, right? Learn about what the secrets does, what is the use of fingerprints, what is the use of the jobs, and workspaces, where you will see the how you can map the workspaces. Understand this whole directory, the binaries, understand the binaries, understand the config.xml, what is the use of config.xml, and Jenkins.xml. There is one more, Jenkins.xml and Jenkins.var. How you can configure it on external var file. How to change the default port, for example, if it is running on 8080, where I have to go and change it. All these settings will be there over here in these files. Make sure you understand those the file structure and the directory structure of your binaries. Any questions? Otherwise, I'm good.
Not much. I don't see any specific questions as of now in the live chat. So
Karen,
yeah. Yes.
yeah, Karen. So I was just thinking. I mean, I noticed few of the questions, so I can just I opened this few links. I can try to answer. I mean, sure. Let Prasad finish it first.
I'm done with my session. Yeah. So I have kept some of the examples on the GitHub repository. So feel free to clone it and play around it, and try the Groovy scripts labs. Make use of him. Make use of the CloudBees files. Yeah, that's about it from my side.
Yes. Thank you, Prasad. Thank you very much. We will make sure. I saw a few questions. If the slides and the links will be shared, everything will be shared. At last, under this video which you are watching right now in the stream, the stream is recording right now, so you will be able to access this video as well, like it's the same URL. You don't have to change the URL. Everything will be available. Follow-up email will be sent out. And now let's go to Gurav to answer a few questions.
Sure. So nicely done, Prasad. Great. Um, so I'll just share my screen. I have noticed few of the questions related to exam also, like how to book an exam and all. Can you see my screen?
It's coming through, yeah? Yeah, now we can see.
Okay, so I noticed one of the question where people were asking like which one should we choose, and I saw few of them also asked question regarding this last date, because voucher it's mentioned like February, and in my slide I mentioned like this 31st. So yeah, so you can choose either test center or you can choose the unproctored one. Okay, and the price you can see on the screen, one is $150, 150 US dollars, and one is $99. The thing which I was talking about last date is, so this is for this CloudBees for now made this unproctored exam available only because of this coronavirus. Otherwise, if you see the official documentation which I was talking about, for all the information here in this link, you still see they only talk about the test center exam. They're not even talking about the unproctored exam. So I assume this specific certification guide is probably a little old, maybe a last year one or the before this coronavirus pandemic. So yeah, so let me open it. Yes, so this one, this unproctored exam, for now they have mentioned these dates, but it can definitely extend. So as they have clearly mentioned, like each month they will see the situation and accordingly they will take the action. Apart from this unproctored, you can definitely give the test center exam and you can make use of that voucher till February. Okay, and I see this question one. The other question I see they were asking about the YouTube link. So if you can see my screen, that's the YouTube link which I was talking about, where we have a bunch of, around 20 questions. This is just in case if somebody does not have a Cloud Guru subscription and they just want to have a kind of a look or s- uh, comfort according to their questions, which can come in the exam. So you can refer this. Okay. And one more, I found one more nice article on a Medium related to this exam, which he has very nicely drafted this article. He's also, I think, we are part of our community, Karen Prashant Lakera. So this is the article. Also, I mean, people can see and just get a lot of information about this exam. Okay,
Oh,
and let me see.
one thing,
Yeah,
Gaurav, one thing which I want to add is, so if you are already having a GCP account,
mm,
Webster account, and if you try to log into the Webster account with your GCP, you will not able to see the Jenkins related stuff. So you have to, what I have done is I've created a separate, used a different mail ID, separated a new Webster account for my cloud-based exam.
exactly, absolutely right, Prasad. So I mean, if people are using this one for their different, like a vendor or GCP or something, they may face this issue. So you can just use a different browser or maybe in a incognito mode for accessing this link. Okay, and let me see if I missed any questions. Yeah, so I think there are people who ask about the questions as a newbie if they're only starting the Jenkins. So I guess, I mean, it's depends how many hours you can give to this preparation for this exam. It's like it's depends on the person. It can take 1 month, 2 month, or maybe 3 months. It's like depends how many hours you can give to your preparation. But as simple as that, I mean, mostly use the CloudBees course, which is having a 3 course, and just start with it and try to finish with it by doing the hands-on, because I feel hands-on is the must for this exam. I mean, it's like there are people who finds very comfortable in this exam. Let's say Prem said that he found it maybe comfortable, but there are people who feels a tough exam also. So if you see this link also, which I've mentioned, YouTube and the article, both of them found it a tough exam. So it depends on the person to person. If you are doing a hands-on daily in your office work, then this exam may be okay for you. But for the newbies, it will definitely will be difficult. Start with the CloudBees course, and that should be your first and most priority. And accordingly, you can have the other courses if you have a time, or let's say if you have that subscription also. So let's see, Karen, if I miss any kind of a questions.
Yeah. So again, I can stress it. Take Prem's word with a grain of salt. For him, probably everything is easy. If you're a newbie to a specific technology, make sure to prepare well. But the specs of this exam look really nice. The pass rate is 66%, which is really amazing. And it's lifetime, no expiration. So really take time, prepare for it. If you have any challenges with the voucher code, just try to connect with CloudBees and figure it out. If there is no response, just wait, because I guess they're just working on something. It was the case with the email. I am very much sure they will figure it out and check again in 1 week or so, and you will be able to book your redeem your voucher and book your exam. I hope.
Just for the sake of this event, I just mentioned one of my friends. So he tried one of the voucher and it's working.
Great. Okay, let's see. I don't see any other questions as of now. Do you guys, or do you have anything in mind what you still can share with people?
Well, I mean, I've noticed tools like Maven also mentioned, and as Prem mentioned about testing also. So maybe it's a good opportunity for, I mean, others also have a look on the Maven tool and testing, because when you try to follow these courses on CloudBees, you may found it a little bit of uncomfortness when it talks about the building tool like a Maven and a testing. So let's try to clear the basics of those also. So that's the reason I mentioned it can take like 1 to 2 months for maybe a newbie to have the comfortness and complete these courses. But trust me, after clearing the exam also, if you're not doing the hands-on on a daily, I mean daily work, then you still have a lot of things to learn. You will still have like I've cleared the exam last month. I know that I a lot of still needs to be learn a lot of things.
That's the same thing for all the exams, right?
Yes, I mean, it's like in the course also. If you talk about, there is the course of pipeline intermediate. I'm not sure how many have gone through that. I'm not sure how many have gone through, because it's not even mentioned in that recommended course for the CGE exam. But the intermediate course also have a lot of things. I think the CD part, continuous delivery part, comes into that one, Docker one, the for the Docker thing and all. So yeah, apart from this exam, also a lot of things were there. So yeah, keep learning.
But the key thing to pass this exam, right? You need to think from an administrator point of view, not from a developer point of view. Yeah. So of course, there are like a lot of areas which will cover the developer point of view topics like CNCD, like JUnit test cases. So which plugin will give you the visualization report of the test reports, and let's say when your job will become unstable. So let's say, right, let me give you one more small question. So there will be question around the icons which you're seeing in the Jenkins. Yeah. So at what stage you will get sun? At what stage you will get like rainy, cloudy related stuff? So there will be an icon, right? If you guys have used and logged into Jenkins, you might have seen it. So you also need to understand that, and that is kind of an calculation behind it. Yeah. So it's not a latest. Uh, there are like difference. I'm not going to give more details on that. Maybe you can just look and answer. I mean, look the official document. You will find an answer for that. So that is also important thing. And yeah, so that's what. So those sort of information sound all right. It's not needed from developer point of view. Let's say if I'm sitting in a developer seat and if I'm looking into it, I'm not bothered about those things, right? So I'm pushing my code, and the Jenkins is building the code, and if it fails, it fails. So I will just go and look into the log. But I'm not worried about any of those icon changes or like configurations or housekeeping activities. So basically, like I would weightage this two category as from developer point of view, you can think like okay, 30 to 35%, but from administrator point of view, you need to think rest of the person. So you can actually yeah, weightage yourself accordingly. Like okay, if you're a developer, then how much time you need to spend to understand the whole topic behind it, and other way around. And I also saw like some questions personally, and the questions are like. What is the weightage and all those things. So each category has, I think, like it got four category mainly, and each category has separate I mean percentage. And trust me, you need to get of course the overall pass percentage is 66, but trust me, you also need to like get some minimum percentage to get to that level. You cannot actually get like okay 100 in Jenkins pipeline thing, and you so there are like what is other four categories. Sorry, I don't
Uh,
remember the categories. And
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
you can just open the link. I mean, I've shared in that.
okay.
Okay, just to add my points, right? When I was giving the exam, like, I was so confident that, like, at least I will get 90%. So after clicking on the finish button, the results really surprised me. I just managed to pass the exam. Like, it was tricky exam. The options will confuse you, like, where exactly how to go. Though you know it, like, at
Okay,
that point.
okay. Yeah, that's true. So actually, I have given both the exams, the actual exam and then the open book exam. And just before our session, like I was also discussing with everyone here. So actually, like I felt the real exam is tougher than the open book exam. So I just for open book exam, what I did was like right, I just registered and then I went for the exam directly. I didn't even prepare anything, and I felt like pretty easy. But for the actual exam, it's very tough. And trust me, the questions are not same. So let's say if someone is uh, sharing you some question without having some basic knowledge, you will not be able to clear completely. So, so this exam will actually force you to study some CNCD, and which is really needed in this DevOps culture, right? So everyone needs to know like CNCD. They cannot escape. It's a good platform to practice, and it's an open source tool. You can install it anywhere. Just play around with it before you take the exam. That will definitely help you. And have an eye on all the options which are available in Jenkins. That will definitely help you to score good marks. And everything will be like multi-choice questions. So I just saw this question now in the chat. Everything will be like multi-choice question. So there won't be like true or false or drag and drop or something like that. So everything will be like multi-choice, and sometimes you may get scenario-based questions as well. Not typically assure sort of a scenario-based questions, but then it will be like okay. So that's the icon related stuff which I just mentioned. Yeah. So you have like 10 jobs, and out of 10 jobs, like five jobs are failed recently. So what will be the color of the icon? So you may consider this as a scenario-based question, but obviously it's a scenario-based question because so yeah, you need this is how the format will be. You will get like a scenario-based, I mean, multi-choice question only. You will not get any true or false or something like that. No. I think that's it, pretty much it. And if you guys have any questions, please, yeah, post on the YouTube for now. If not, you can also reach to our group, and a lot of people are there to help each other.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
think you've covered. Yeah, we have covered everything, I guess. And yes, so in 60 questions, there will be, if I'm not wrong, 20 30 questions. It should be easy, and you should be able to give the answers. So it's about after that. So after 25, 30 questions, that's the main, I guess, exam starts. And yes, there will be a lot of, scenario-based questions. So that's the thing. I mean, the key to have clear this exam is definitely hands-on. And yes, I guess people have asked like the cloud-based courses are enough. The cloud-based courses are enough if you're doing enough hands-on. And if you're a newbie, so obviously you need to do a lot of hands-on. Then it should be enough. You don't need to go into other courses. As I mentioned in my slides, if you have subscription, definitely it's a worth checking the courses on any other platforms like a Cloud Guru. The reason I emphasized that one because it also has a practice exams. So, so it's always good to check the knowledge via practice questions before going to the actual exam. That's what I feel. But yeah, the cloud-based courses are the best.
Yeah, so there are a lot of courses in CloudBees. The one which is important is learn Jenkins by doing it. So there are labs are there, which will take you basically from the installation all the way till playing with the Kubernetes stuff. So try to do those labs. That will helps you. And if you are learning, like learn together, like form a group and learn together and share among yourself. That's what I have done it. So it will helps you for sure.
And just for certification, I mean, just for people who are like just looking for certification, I would highly recommend to go through the university, Jenkins University website. And yeah, so if you don't want to get idea about Jenkins, you just want to clear the certification, then definitely you can just go through the university website. That should be more than enough for you to clear the exam. But for other people who are like really want to learn Jenkins and yeah, so want to taste some flavor of DevOps, then I would highly recommend to do some hands-on rather than just watching some videos and stuff. Like kind of a key concept, CNCD, and consider us in I mean, consider the situation, everything is getting into code. So definitely, like you will be working on this set of tools and technologies in near future, if not now. So try to build your base very strong.
And I guess anybody can reach us via LinkedIn for any kind of a questions. The only thing I want to say that please don't ask for any dumps and all because I yeah I mean I'm sure these other tools are Prem and Prasad also didn't use it, but I didn't use it personally. And trust me, I mean this is very nice exam. If you clear it, you will have a very nice feeling because it will really test you to the very nice knowledge of Jenkins. So I would say I would suggest everyone not to use dumps for it because I see that this is unproctored exam, the online one. But trust me, I mean, if you clear that also, if you clear this exam also, you won't be able to answer in the interviews if you just clear with the dumps. Because this is, it's very nice because it covers like CI also and CD also. For CI, you have to know get, build, and after that for CD, from the either you want to choose it for cloud deployment or for containers. So yeah. Karen, if you want to, if you're sharing these things, you can add this LinkedIn profile link also if you want for
Absolutely.
all of
This,
three,
yeah,
so that they can reach us for any questions apart from dumps. Yeah.
yeah, no dams.
Yeah.
Gurav, so this is a very good point. I will make sure to share your LinkedIn profiles so everyone can connect with you and maybe share later your past certificate, that you got certified. And you can also link all our speakers there as well, and they will be just happy for you as well. And yeah, this is a great chance because if you are into DevOps, CI/CD is one of the crucial parts of the DevOps, and Jenkins is one of the most popular probably tools for the CI/CD. So use this chance, take your time, study and prepare for it. Go for the exam. It's not super hard, but you have to have some hands-on for it. And you have all the insights here in this session. You will get all the links. And yeah, this is your chance. Use it. And thanks a lot to our amazing speakers today. Thanks also a lot to the CloudBees who organized this session 1 month ago. It was a conference where they did a great campaign and let everyone to get certification available without any price burden on it, And it was, apart from it, it was an amazing event as well. A lot of stuff were going on there. There was a one track only just for the certifications. There were 3 or 4 sessions just alone certification. Yeah. So guys, thank you again. We will not keep it longer than it was amazing to have you today here. Thank you, our great speakers, Prasad, Prem.
Thank you, Karen, for organizing it.
Yeah.
And thanks everyone for joining. It was really nice to share the knowledge, and have a good day.
So bye-bye, everyone.
Yep. See you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.